Oh, hey, Pedro's drowning. He's drowning. Somebody told him.
Welcome to the Devil's Den.
No, he's all right.
Yeah, there you go. All right, we good. Savage AF, y'all. You know what it is. I'm your boy Black Pedro.
Comedian Shang, aka Dr. Strange, aka that nigga coughing too much, aka
I'm by myself,
aka a Delta. Watch it. Be careful.
I'm by myself.
Damn, I got a nose like a weird turtle.
Listen, I forgot to close my windows. It might get loud in here at some point.
So, I want to let y'all know. Thank y'all for checking us out on the show. Thank y'all for supporting us on the show. Right now, we're on Instagram. We're not on Instagram. I wish we're on
Facebook and YouTube Live.
But we're not on LinkedIn right now until we figure some shit out. We gotta have a conversation with them to make sure that we don't defy.
No, we just honestly, we might just be too savage for LinkedIn.
A little too savage for them. It's a lot of stuck up motherfuckers on there, but I like that. I like that platform. But thank y'all for checking us out.
It just also, might be for
we
something
appreciate y'all supporting us. But if you're gonna support us, because we put in so much hard work,
that's our whole writing staff.
I need y'all to do this too. If you're gonna support us, if you're gonna be the people that say, "Hey, we're down for you," you got to make sure you do this. And then
and you want to do that on YouTube, right? So that's scrolling across the bottom right now.
Yes.
YouTube.com/c/SavageAFWorld.
I got something for that ass with Pedro today on this, because you also got to subscribe to us on the podcast version of the show, which is on iTunes, Stitcher, Slacker, Google Play, iHeartRadio, Spotify. And now I bring to you, I need Pedro to do the version of SoundCloud, but it must be in, I know he wasn't ready for this, salsa styled singing. Let's go.
SoundCloud.
Okay, that was good. That was really good.
I
don't know how the people felt in the feed, but I think I felt like I could smell the Puerto Ricans from here.
I don't know what that was.
I don't know what that was.
Queen B said, "Okay, Ricky Ricardo, Damani Jones is just laughing."
Yes. So
it's all good. It's gonna need.
I'm still down here in Vegas. I'm in Vegas, and this is weird. This is the one time I'm in Vegas. He's in LA. How the fuck did that work? What happened with the thing? He was, and then I'm there. And then you over there, and I don't know. I don't understand. Why am I doing Gilbert Gottfried with the thing?
It's okay.
It's all right. I've been drinking. No, you know what I've been drinking? Water.
I've been drinking. You gotta stay hydrated out there, dog. I know it's 100 something.
Stay hydrated. Vegas is no joke, but I'm in there. I'm air conditioned hotel right now, and look, I got the cleaning lady. Yeah. Just put your clothes on, get the fuck out. All right. These cleaning ladies. You know how I do.
I know how you do.
What's up, Stacey Patterson, Breezy JJ? Shout out to where the fuck else? I'm trying to scroll.
Nicole H. I seen.
Queen B. We got Queen B and Damani Jones. Breezy JJ in the building. Breezy.
We got trolls in the house too. It's all that. Good.
Darlene Kane, Lady Hazel May, Nicole H, all up in the building. We want to see, we got some new faces in here, but we want even more new faces. So make sure you subscribe. Also, make sure you follow. There's a young man that actually has this thing he does, and it's comedy. And you should definitely go spend your money, your hard-earned money, to get some hard-earned laughs. Boom, Black Pedro begins. The album. Make sure you check him out. Make sure you support him. Go buy the album. You're going to have a good time. You're going to laugh. And while you're at that, you got to go to it's theblackpedro.com / this is what /
Well, so actually it's slash. It's just slash. It's a / you could just say slash.
I'm dapping.
Yeah, / is the other way.
The other way.
But yeah, it's / shop. Theblackpedro.com / shop.
Exactly. If you got Amazon, you need to check me out on the special. Shang is SHANGRY, live in New York City. You know what I'm saying, Shun? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Here's when you know. Here's when you know.
Bright lights, big city, nigga.
Here's where you know you're a troll. When I said, and we got trolls in the building, and then you say, Pedro, don't call me a troll. I'm a very nice guy, but I didn't even say your name.
So what? Yeah, exactly. If I yell out, if I yell out,
I didn't say you were the troll,
motherfucker, and you turn around and go, "Who you calling a pedophile, motherfucker?" Something to talk about.
Hey, see you in your feelings.
Yeah, man. Yogurty. That's the word. You acting a little yogurty.
Fruits on the bottom.
Make sure that y'all do me a favor. Make sure you check me out on that SHANGRY joint. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. Also, before we get into this, we're going to jump right into this. Make sure you follow @Black Pedro. It's right there. You can read. Stop acting like you can't read. And if you can't read, fuck you doing even listening to this show. And that means you couldn't have typed in the words to see the YouTube if you can't read. So get out of here with that. But if you can, boom, like and subscribe. That's what we do. And before we jump into the rundown on the run-up, make sure you follow me.
Rundown.
That's right, on the IG. And I'm fucking with the TikTok now. Oh, I'm doing what the kids doing. My TikTok is @ComedianShang. Fucks with your boy. Here we go. Rundown on the run-up. All up in your motherfucking grill.
It is August. Man, it is not August anywhere on this planet. It's September 3rd. Sorry,
Pedro's
2021.
attacked him earlier, so he might be a little.
I just don't want to. I've loved this year so much. It's been so much fun. By the way, 2021 gives no fucks about what 2020 did. It's like, I'm gonna do my thing. Remember when everybody was like, please bring 2021 on? And I'm so done with 2020, blah, blah, blah. 2021 had its own plan. It wasn't like, oh, let me be nice because the 2020 did. 2021 don't know shit about last year. It's doing its thing. And it's fucked up.
It's fucked up.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah,
but it is September 3rd, 2021. We're going to end with the SHANGRY. I wish a motherfucker would. That is the subject. And
yes,
may all your wishes come true.
Right. It is in the same vein and in the same sentiment as motherfucker say what?
Yeah.
But it's more Bernie Mac-ish. I wish a motherfucker would. Like that. Like I can't do Bernie, but that was the same thing I thought in my head. Okay, let it go. Next
all right. Before that, of course, we're gonna have a Black Pedro pop in. Go blue.
Oh,
you better know what I'm talking about because it's that time, y'all.
Oh, it's
but
that
before
time,
we get into that, woo! Every Friday expect this, but
why go blue?
Because fig one. Because fig one.
Boy. Yeah, you know, I say blue bunch of miscreants. That's what they are, the blue bunch of miscreants.
All L to the victors. Before we get into that, we are going to ask our most critical question. Motherfucker, say what? COB versus Donda, who you got? Get your arguments ready, y'all. But before we get into that, we're going to be in like Flint, how Michigan's poorest city closed the COVID race gap. But before we get into that, September 3rd, 2021, Savage AF, Black Pedro, Comedian Shang, fuck your feelings, facts matter. Democrats come out and play. Democrats come out and play. WAPO, for those who don't know, or WAPO, the Washington Post, I should say, WAPO, WAPO. That's what that stands for. The Washington Post, put out a pretty heavy article today calling out
hold up, Pedro. The word would be scathing.
scathing.
Yes.
I said blasts, but
But
they got at
more,
they at DNC'd the Democrats. You know what I'm
right.
saying?
They did that DMX. Fuck you, nigga. What? that hard shit, nigga. Yo,
but it's things we've been saying for a while, especially you, Shane. Like I've been trying to give the Democrats the benefit of the doubt recently and say, okay, they have the power. They're trying to play the political. Well, we want to work and reach across the aisle, but if we have to, we'll do it ourselves. Which basically means we tried, nigga, but we gonna mash you. But they haven't really been mashing, and a lot of this is coming on the heels right now of specifically your boy, West Virginia's finest, which means the worst in America, Joe Manchin, a Democratic senator who has totally been taking this entire time as a spotlight to highlight how he had no significance until now. He is verbally out loud in the public space expressing hesitations about the Democratic budget and specifically the infrastructure bill, and about to hold up a whole process here, and a bunch of money that needs to go out, all under the auspice of I don't want to look too partisan. And what this WAPO article lays out is this fundamental concept, which we talk about, is that the Democrats don't understand how power works. They are constantly apologizing, as WAPO says, for being in power, whereas the Republicans, when they are in power, do everything, anything, and all the things you would never think of to do in order to squeeze out every ounce of power to get done what they need to get done. And the Democrats are never willing to do that. And it's the Eric Holder versus Barack Obama, where it's like, when they go low, or maybe Michelle said it, when we go low.
No, Michelle
when they go
said
low, we go high.
We go high.
When they go low, we go high. And Eric Holder was like, when they go low, we kick them.
Kick them in the face.
That's where your feet are. You don't need to bend over to punch somebody.
No, you put
your foot is right there.
That's the old school. You put your foot to them. You got to put your foot to them. Let me tell you something. I've been saying this shit for a while. The Democrats can, what I'm saying? When the Democrats are like, can we please? Can we? And the Republicans is like, suck our dicks. Suck all our, everybody. The middle class, guess what? Suck our dicks. We're giving the top percentage to the top 1%. Oh, black people, rights. Hey, check it out. Did you hear what we said before? Suck our dicks. All our dicks, like collect. And that's why I call the Democrats and don't know to the mother grill. Once you in the paint, slam. But instead, they don't want to slam dunk on them. They want to shoot from the outer perimeter. It look cute. Fuck these dudes, man. I swear, I see these. They should always say, I see you in these streets, cuz. That's how they should start off every
on site. I'm working at Squarespace. Hey, top of the morning. So listen, man, you froze a little bit, but I know you said the Democrats have position in the paint, basically, and should be slam dunking on these niggas and going hard in the paint on it, right? JRA NYC says the difference between both parties is about as thin as a dime. It wouldn't be, and I can't disagree with you, JRA, but it would not be as thin as a dime if the Democrats would just, like Shang said, plant themselves hard in the paint, make that move, and fucking nuts on your shoulders. You want to hear where I'm coming from? I'm putting my dick on your fucking earlobe, and we yanging on you, my dude. You know what I'm saying? Like,
slam dunking on you.
The Democrats, well, they can't do that because they have Joe Manchin's Christian cinemas.
Well, Joe Manchin needs.
So what this article highlights, and what we've talked about, what we've always said, like the Republicans stick together with their message. Like even in this, like the ones who go out and spoke against Trump are out on an island, right? Like even to this moment right now, it's still a little like Trumpty Dumpty. You know, Herschel Walker just got an endorsement from Trump, which is supposedly going to help him with his clearly concussed mind, ready murderous mind, ready to choke out the first person that disagrees with him legislatively. But uh, the Republicans stick to the script, and Democrats can't unify because moderate Democrats won't move as left as the party really needs to, man, to embrace truly this younger voting base. But
not only
whatever.
the younger voting base, but do you know what they need to vote? I'll keep. Is my shit freezing?
It froze a little bit, but I mean, yeah, I caught the gist, and I'm
I'm saying right now,
relay it to the audience. No, you're good right now.
I'm in a hotel. I'm plugged in. I don't know what else to do. Listen, the bottom line is we already know what the deal is. The Democrats are going to let this shit go, and that's why the Republicans are going to fucking win, and they're going to win big. You know why they're going to win big? Because they cheat big. They cheat big as fuck. They are going to suppress the vote. They're going to make sure that they pass as many laws that the vote will be suppressed, and that way, even because they know they can't win fair. And you know what? It's not about moving left. It's about moving to the right of what's right for the American public. They don't give a fuck about the American public. The Republicans never did. So they don't know nothing about it. If you have power, do that shit. Okay, somebody said we're both doing it. All right, but I mean, hey, I don't know what the fuck it is. That's just the internet.
Hey, the show goes on, y'all.
But the people that can hear me, I want y'all to put a little hands up like that. You know, a little graphic in the hands. Like, yo, what's up? But
JRA did say, please read the book Democrats and Republicans by Jesse Ventura, former, at the time it was called WWF, Jesse the Body Ventura. He was a wrestler and then became governor of Minnesota. Yeah. And as far as I can tell, never been a citizen of that state, but seemed to be for the citizens of that state a righteous governor. So, but it seems to be a book that would be describing the thin line that JRA
we'll move quickly through this, but I'm telling you right now, the Democrats are letting the Republicans win, even though they won, and they won big. They won by the popular vote by 8 million or some silly number, some silly ungodly number like that. So why the fuck are they always? And Joe Manchin could eat a dick. I swear to God, if I was behind him, I would accidentally bump him on some steps and watch him fall. Like, oh shit, Joe Manchin fell down the steps. But then when he got to the bottom of the steps and the steps curve, I would walk down the steps. So when he got
make sure he
gets
finish the rest of the steps.
Hey, I'm sorry, man. You really didn't fully fall down the steps. Let me help you. And
just
I would
a half a
him
flight
a little bit so he could keep falling.
Don't half-ass a flight.
He's a Republican. He's concerned about his white redneck base, and that's what he is. And fuck him. And if I see you in these streets, cuz that's how the Democrats need to talk. Hey, Marjorie Taylor Greene. Hey, you wide back bitch. Let me tell you something. When I see you in these streets and you ain't got no gun then, you know what I'm saying? You know what? Your back will get dirty. You know what I'm saying? Your back getting dirty, and I'm scuffing your fucking heels, bitch.
Yes, sir. And yes, and another part of that reality is that Democrats are, as this article from WAPO says, that they're afraid to flex. They're always apologetic of having power. The reality is, and it seems to be in fear of looking undemocratic, like looking unconstitutional or whatever. But the reality is, all of our laws, the establishment of this country has always had loopholes that the greater society has always used to justify, otherwise unjustifiable behavior,
Right.
So there are always loopholes to everything. The reality is you should use it to your advantage. And if you really, really believe that your causes are more righteous, you should probably be willing, because to be honest, power or not, the base of the Republican, a lot of those motherfuckers think that the laws, like the anti-abortion laws in Texas, are righteous. Like they believe that to the
No,
degree in
but
which they are
yeah,
willing. No, but that they are willing to do things
anything.
to this extreme, right? Whatever to get it passed and to get it through, because they truly believe it is the right cause. And I'm like, Democrats, if you truly believe in what you're doing, then bro, get dirty. Like
They're
who gives
not
a
going
fuck
to.
how you
We're
get
gonna
it
fucking
done? Like,
lose, and
get it
the
done.
world's gonna go back to the Trump mentality. I think that the fucking DeSantis is gonna win. He's gonna win the presidency. I don't think Trump can win. Wait, Trump could win too. I take that back. The world in which they live, the Democrats, they're so busy. Like, oh well, I don't want to come off like I'm rude in a room full of rude. And
I'm like, you better rude boy all of
you
them
got a
face.
rude boy and a what a
Bully foot pan chest, you know.
PC boy crusher. You know what I'm saying? Look, they're just not on board with murdering babies. Steve says, "Wow, wow, that was a heavy sentence."
Nobody's on board with murdering
Nobody's on board now.
babies.
I'm on board with if a baby get a little too mouthy about sucker punching him. Now I ain't above that, but sometimes babies get a little mouthy, like yum yum yum.
No, but I
Me.
mean,
Yeah,
you
and
know,
then you got to give them that. You got to get them that business. You got to give the babies that business, and then after that, the baby don't do that no more.
but also, I mean, and to seriously address that is like, this isn't about murdering babies. Like sometimes it's about protecting the health of, whether it's mental, spiritual, or physical health of the mother. And since you're under the name Steve, I'm gonna go with the Jen Psaki argument that you've probably never been pregnant or never will be, and therefore won't ever actually have to deal with any of that.
Right.
Whether you're raped by a stranger or through incest, and now in Texas would be under their laws forced to carry that through. This is nobody's. That's gaslighting shit, right? Steve is like, nobody's on board with murdering babies. Infanticide babies.
But
is
you
not.
Know what?
I mean, there are.
Right.
They're called psychopaths, right? There are people who kill babies. Like there are, like babies get killed by adults. So,
okay, yeah, check this out, Steve.
I guess I stand corrected.
Yeah, Steve or whatever your
but
moniker is.
But none of us in this space are
Steve,
on board with murdering
Steve,
babies. That's not what this is about.
Steve with the chimp lips, because you got chimp lips, all right? And I see chimp lips. Fuck out of here. Y'all don't give a fuck. The Republicans and a lot of these right-wing idiots, and they are idiots, and I say that to their fucking face because they're idiots, because a lot of them don't throw real hands. They talk about throwing hands. Now, there's a few of them, there's a percentage, but the bottom line is the right will be watching. They don't fuck. What the hell happened?
You froze up a little bit for me. Yeah, there you go. What I imagine you said was something violent towards.
Did you see it? What happened?
No, it froze up, but you're a little.
Can you hear me now?
Put your hands down. Sit still.
I'm saying,
keep your hands to yourself. I think too much movement is killing your camera. Maybe it's having a hard time keeping up with your pixelations. Shang has froze for me. I don't know if it's happened for you guys too. I imagine I'm gonna have faith in the technology and say that he's gonna come back, and we'll see him move again. But that being said, man, the Washington Post, as we move on, clearly called out the Democratic Party.
Okay.
Oh, I think we got you back live a little bit, Shane. I think you froze, Shane. Ah, shit, still frozen. But we're gonna move on from the Democrats because we've talked about them a lot. And Savage AF, Black Pedro, comedian Shane, he's frozen right now. Icy.
Pedro, it froze on me?
Yeah. I heard you. I hear you now.
It's freezing.
Your picture's frozen, but I can hear you. You good? Can you hear me? Shallow? Shangadang? Yep, I can hear him, but goddamn Vegas Wi-Fi shit. Anyway, Shang is live in Vegas. Oh, by the way, we need to plug that. If you are in Vegas, Shang is at the Laugh Factory at the Tropicana. The Laugh Factory Comedy Club at the Tropicana, live on the Vegas Strip, baby. Go get it. Shangadang is out there, man. He's in like Flint, but you know, some of these cities need to be in like Flint, Michigan, that is, which I think Shane's going to rejoin. That's what it looks like. Great thing to do. You know, just unplug, hit reset, plug back in. Let's go. But Flint, and I'm not exactly sure if it's Michigan's poorest city, but as a native Detroiter, I know it's just one of those places like, nah, unless you got family there, like don't really go to Flint. Like that's just stay on the east side. You'll be fine. Um, but it's definitely one of Michigan's poorest cities. Very heavy hit by the pullout of the auto industry in the late 80s and 90s and early 90s. And Shang's coming back in. Boom. Let's go. Like this. Get out. Oh, there we go.
There you go.
All right. I see you. Can you hear me? We hear you? Cool.
Yeah, I can hear you completely. It's obviously the internet is messing up because I'm in the Tropicana. We did the show yesterday. We did the show the day before, and it was no problem. So we apologize for the internet. It's not nothing I can do about it. Mm-hmm. I'm on the Wi-Fi that is part of the fucking hotel of the Tropicana. So all you people trying to throw you little shots. By the way, I don't know if you noticed or not, but I left my slippers under your aunt's bed. Now, I'm gonna finish the fuck I'm saying, pretending that Steve and his little chimp lips, and they always talk about our big lips. At least when we kiss somebody, they know we there. The bottom line is
Janelle Castor. I see you out there, girl. What's up,
Janelle?
Yeah, and that's what Vegas is gonna try and do. Oh, Wi-Fi sucks. Why don't you come out to the casino? Why don't you come out to the bar?
Yeah,
why don't you go to the pool?
But it was fine yesterday. Yeah, for the people here, it was fine yesterday. It was fine the day before that. It was fine the day before that. So stop.
Hey, we're gonna do what we can. We're gonna do what we can. So I'm gonna push forward, man. And so we talking about in like Flint.
I gotta get my point out, man. I'm sorry.
Okay, get it. And then we go.
No, I'm just listen, people. If you care about babies, care about the babies when they're here, actually in the world, breathing oxygen through, and they have a name, little Bobby, little Daryl, little Cindy, whatever. And you care about people of color when they have children. We've already saw how you do that. So forget your hypocrisy and eat a bag of dicks. Now let's go on to the next thing.
Thank you. Yes, sir. That's what it is. Speaking of eating bags of dicks, the city of Flint has done that for many years now, both through a water crisis, economic, and now medical, in terms of the COVID-19 pandemic. Obviously, as a predominantly Black city that's impoverished, Flint was facing the similar and was one of those highlights of the disparity between how COVID-19 was initially affecting Black and brown communities versus white affluent communities. But Flint was able to close that disparity gap in race in their community. And the question is how. I got the article from Mother Jones, so check that out, please.
Well,
but the reality is they had to do it legislatively, where literally COVID task force were formed, listened to, and their suggestions implemented. Things like the mask mandates, and when masks weren't available, when they weren't, being passed out by the federal government. They implemented systems to create and manufacture their own masks locally and distribute them to the community to help mitigate the spread. They kind of just were forward thinking in the ways that they dealt with the pandemic.
But Pedro, I think Flint listen to science.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Listen, you got to listen to the scientists, not your fucking
doctors.
Your cousin Red. My cousin Red said that I don't need to wear no mask because I'm an American, and Americans, we got the freedom to be able to give other people whatever we want to give them when we breathe on them, whatever. So that's it. Flint followed the fucking rules.
So the science said in the middle of a pandemic, you don't shut down people's access to water and power resources so that they can, stay or maintain hygienical standards, right? Even though Flint obviously still has a water crisis problem, right? So, but in that time, they did not shut off people's services, right? Like just these very basic ideals that were not carried out nationally. But Flint has become once again a national example and emblem,
right? But now since
of a system, of a way of either fucking shit up or making it better.
Okay,
but it has to come from the top down.
So now that we know that they implemented the right moves, why don't we implement the right moves to get them the proper drinking fucking water? Why don't we do that, since we see that they obviously know how to do some things right, but you don't want to rush to give drinking water, drinking water that is safe, or drinking water that is safe for them to bathe in. You don't want to do that. So I see what you're saying. I absolutely agree with you 1,000% that they obviously figured some things out. But I just feel like, the federal government should absolutely implement something to make sure that the people in Flint who have been suffering from this situation, getting, cankerous sores and shit like that because of the water, they should absolutely step in and make sure that the pipelines are fixed and done correctly. Period.
All right, so now I see why we got flagged on fucking LinkedIn. What? It's like you be saying shit that like makes sense, dog, and it's like, don't do that, man. Sometimes, you make sense, and it's like, bro, like, don't do that out loud. I mean, you could think like that, but like,
you mean out loud? Do it in my head.
Yeah, say it in your head, man. Say all that shit in your head, but all that shit you just said out loud, man, like they the proverbial they don't like that, man. And now you talking crazy. Okay.
Yeah, now but I mean, I feel like the first thing I saw, Michigan.
In the middle of the desert, you'd be the only motherfucking apartment that floods.
Yeah.
You'd be like, what's comedian Shang's apartment flooded?
No, man, I really do think that it's just America has shown the frighteningly blatant examples too many times. And if any example, when you think about Flint, Michigan, that is a prime example of the Michael Jackson song. They don't really care about us. They really don't. They really care about us. And I'm not saying all white people. I'm not saying all white people are bad. All the whites, but you know what? Check this out. I rarely I just now say the whites, but fuck if I haven't heard
the whites.
People say the blacks. Yeah. Like I said that just now to make an example of it. But no, man, I think that the Flint, Michigan thing is a prime example. But the fact that Flint is closing the gap pertaining to the COVID situation, which is another deadly situation that is deadly too. I mean,
in terms of
the Delta variant has actually killed. It's
a whole other beast. But if you maintain
right now, you
maintain those structures, like it should help. But yeah, what Flint did, like you said, is follow science, and they helped to close that disparity of, in terms of infection, hospitalization, and mortality with regards to the original COVID-19 strain. They did that through, top down legislation, man, that like said, hey, we mandate masks. We're not getting them from the federal level, state level, whatever. We're going to create our own here. We figured out a way to create our own. There's just like things that they did, like let's not shut down services to our citizens so that they can continue to maintain their cleanliness during this thing, right? Like it's just kind of very kind of simple things that weren't done everywhere, I should say. And I think we're seeing now the disparity between the places that didn't do that early on and have continued to not do it, and with this variant, how it affects those communities, right? Like
JRA NYC said the Delta variant does not like the Confederate flag.
I think it loves it, actually. It loves it. No, it wants to go down there and stay there because there's like, oh, there's no vaccine here. Oh, there's no masks here. Oh, that's great. And actually, I know what you're saying, JRA, but I actually disagree. I think the variant loves the sound. But that mother, the variant showers every day to Dixie whistling. It wakes up whistling Dixie. Like, let's go, baby.
AJ Fist says black man made a huge water filter for Flint and it was vandalized and messed up. They want black people out like they did before Central Park was made. Wow. That's a heavy statement.
A lot of natural water around there. So I mean, like, listen, as a native of that area, I do understand that a gentrification of that area it's something greater than, because Detroit growing up when I was considered this, dangerous wasteland, Mad Max Thunderdome region that, no white person ever wants to live to. And then my mother sold her house for 10 times what she bought it for. I understand that they are on a run for the resources around there, and they can filter that water out in many ways, as many ways as they want to.
Right. Yeah.
They just have to regain control of it by gentrifying the area and pushing people out, just like they did in New Orleans. Like after Katrina, they did nothing to make sure that black people were able to, reestablish themselves back in that area, right? Niggas just got moved to Houston and Atlanta or some shit like that, right? Like Mississippi. But like you just they're like, oh, we could refurbish this now and make it riverfront property, right. Like waterfront property.
Well, I want to let y'all very much. Want to let y'all know Savage AF brought to you by @BlackPedro, @Comedian Shang. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you subscribe to the channel on YouTube, where you see scrolling down below, and make sure you do that. And then when you do subscribe, it's very important for the new people that haven't been on here, because I see a couple of people that haven't been on here, which we appreciate you being on here. Make sure that you ring the bell. Also follow us on iTunes, Stitcher, Slacker, Google Play, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and SoundCloud. And make sure that you check us out on the actual IG for Savage AF, which is Savage AF, and our YouTube. That's Savage AF Radio, and our
Savage
YouTube
AF Radio. Yep.
And our Facebook fan page is SavageA.F. Make sure you tell your friends to do that. It's very important that we do that. If you like the show and you feel like you enjoy the show and you enjoy the conversation and you enjoy what we do. Also, when we do live shows, make sure you come check us out. Again, shout out to San Diego this past weekend. Black Pedro did a phenomenal fucking set. And the host.
So did you, brother. It was a good night.
It was a good time. Thank everybody for coming out. We appreciate it.
Yeah, man. That's what it is, man. So we're going to keep it pushing. Yep. And as we do, we're going to keep our eye on Flint. But as we do push forward in this thing, we're going to do a little something like this.
Motherfucker say what? Yeah, motherfucker, say what? Say yeah.
All right, man. So, you have two big drops this week. CLB, Certified Lover Boy. That's Drake's new project versus Donda, Kanye West's new project. Now, I think at this point, if you know me, and you know what I'm about, I ain't downloading Kanye shit no more. After the MAGA hat, slavery was a choice. General
Ronell said Kanye.
Kanye, just General Kardashian. he's a Kardashian. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, goddamn.
I'm making up a new term.
He's going hard in the paint, man. Goddamn.
No, get him, Ronald. That's what I'm saying. So I haven't even. Ronald, I'm not gonna interact with Donda. I basically kicked Kanye off of my iTunes, right? But I did download CLB today, Certified Lover Boy from Drake. At the same time, I was seeing criticisms that Drake, doesn't touch on. Nicole H said Kanye is just misunderstood. Most crazy people are. That's what makes them crazy. Most of us can communicate. Most of us can be understood. The motherfuckers that can't be understood all the time are crazy. They live in front of convenience stores or outside of Chinese restaurants.
Before let me ask you something, Pedro. Did you listen to Donda?
No, I won't be. That's what I'm saying. So I can't. I can't.
Well, I'll speak on that because I did.
Okay, I can't comment on a versus, but what I will, I'm gonna give my little bit of CLB commentary, which is just.
And then I'll give you the Donda. And then because I listen to both. I listen to both. Okay,
there you go. So CLB, Certified Lover Boy, Drake's new project, is your quintessential Drake album, and people are criticizing. I've heard some criticism out there of he's not touching on what's going on in the world. It's like, listen, this man lives in a different world. He's always been in touch with himself and what he's going through, and a lot of his defenders are in that space of like Drake deals with his emotions, and that's why people tap in with him, and I agree with that. And I don't believe in asking artists to do what you want them to do. Really, I mean, you can have your feelings about it, sure, but the reality is just find the artist that is speaking to you at the time that you need them to speak to you, and otherwise shut the fuck up. But CLB is it's a quintessential Drake album. It's great features, some great beats. Yeah, like it's entertaining. It's some songs you can fuck to, some songs you could party to, some songs you could smoke to and just vibe out to, and some songs that I would honestly just skip every time because it's like not my vibe.
But it's more consistent. I listen to both.
But it's who he is. It's what he do.
It's a Drake. Okay, first off, I'm so sick of people saying, "Well, man, it's J. Cole. J. Cole's doing what J. Cole do because that's what the fuck J. Cole do. Because there's levels to this shit, and sometimes you gotta show them motherfucking there's levels to this shit. That's number one. There is no comparison between Drake's album and Kanye West's album. You got maybe 3 good songs, 4 tops. The rest of it is hot, thrown together garbage.
Kanye?
Kanye shit is garbage. Garbage. Okay.
Kanye. They're requesting a Kanye label.
Kanye. Kanye is fucking. I was like, dude, did you make this? Did you mix this by putting the fucking buttons in your asshole? This shit is, oh my God. There's maybe 3 or 4 songs, and he lucky he got a couple fucking features on that bitch. Because that nigga is crazy as cat shit. And if somebody don't duct tape this motherfucker to a Delta Airline fucking chair, then he's going to run amok. He's not good. Yeah. Okay.
This might be too hard, but I would love to see Kanye.
Miss Adverb, shut your mouth. Shut your mouth.
She said Drake cross dresses. Stop.
Drake, you know what Drake does? That motherfucker puts out hits after hit after hit, and Kanye shit has been suspect at best because I don't. And
now,
JRA it's the lack of the talent that's in Kim Kardashian's pussy. I don't know what it is. Because Kim Kardashian got the talent of a limp ball.
They're succubus, succubi.
Nas is fire, but Nas is fire, not Kanye.
No. But JRA NYC, I think he's a reference to his new project, which just dropped like a week ago, which is King's Disease, which is like Mayor Fire, like literally, it's like getting back to the original Nas, you know, like Nas, like Illmatic Nas, like it's that. I think Shang froze up on us. God damn it. We're gonna try it again, man. But I don't know. I don't know if we have an official account out here. I feel like there's a lot of Kanye references. So maybe with our audience, Drake wins. But I don't think this should be a battle. And I can't call it because I'm not going to listen to Donda. So it's automatically going to be a CLB win because I just can't fuck with Kanye, man. Like if he was in a better space, even with his political shit, I would have been like, okay. But clearly he was in a batshit crazy place. And some of the things he said in the past, I just choose not to forgive. Fuck it. As a consumer, I can do that. That's my power. That's my superpower, man, is not spending money where I don't give a fuck about it. All right. Shangy back.
Yeah, man. Obviously, there's some kind of internet thing. It says something went wrong. That's what it said pertaining to the thing. But aside from that, there is nothing I can do about the internet. I am not the internet lord. Fuck out of here. What do you mean, Shang? Please pause. I paused because the shit is fucking up, and even on my phone.
Yeah. So he back at it. We here.
All right. Oh yeah, y'all can take my opinion about it. Listen to the shit yourself. Drake shit I think Drake shit is very good. I think Drake shit got a variety of stuff, and it's more concise and it's more on point with the Drake brand. The only reason that Kanye shit got a little bit of pop is because he got Jay-Z and he got a couple features on there. Other than that, and I don't like the baby. I don't like the baby, but guess what?
But Kanye did break records. We do have to,
Kanye broke records,
but I mean, with this album, in terms of like pre-sale bullshit, like just like merchandise, pre-sale tickets for the tour. He's all like his. It really doesn't matter what the album does in terms of sales or downloads or however they measure it now. Like he sold merchandise and tickets already. He's already put asses in seats in places where the seats aren't ready for asses to be yet. And that's been his power.
You know what? Because it's still going to be resonant. It's going to resonate. We will revisit this Monday.
Absolutely. We'll see what we'll see. We'll look at the numbers.
We'll look at the numbers and we'll revisit it then. Savage AF. We got maybe
what it is.
We'll do a very short because my shit is very short. We're gonna do a short.
I'm gonna keep my shit short.
Okay, so
I'm gonna do it like this though. As we do it, I'm gonna do it a little something like this.
Hey, it's your boy Black Pedro popping in. Hey, with another popping to let you know what's popping.
Hey, I don't know where this nigga went. Where his popping. I don't know what happened, but shit happens, I guess, when somebody go. There he is. Wait. Okay. Oh, I knew he'd do it. Oh, God.
Hey, it's your boy Black Pedro with another popping to let you know it's popping, dog. You know what I'm about to do, dog? I'm about to go to my job after this, man, and work all night long. And probably drink a little bit afterwards, but guess what? when I wake up in the morning, I'm gonna wake up to glory, baby.
Oh
it's that
my
time
God.
of year again. If
You
you
know
ever
what?
follow me on Instagram, man, you know my beginnings on Instagram was just like literally just facial reactions to Michigan football games.
Okay.
I learned the game of football by watching my mother's alma mater, Ann Arbor.
I can't take no more
Grew
of
up on
this.
these. Don't interrupt. This is
I
I'm talking
can't
about
take no
greatness.
more of this.
I'm talking about greatness right now.
Go
dog.
blue. Is that what we're doing? Go blue.
Go blue. Oh wait, I gotta change the banner, dog.
You
I'm
got you don't
disrespecting
even
the
have
whole
the same
brand.
banner.
This your boy Black Pedro with another popping to let you know it's popping. And what I'm talking about is tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, which means 12 p.m. on the East Coast. And you figure it out if you're in the middle. It's just up to you. I don't know why you live in a weird ass time zone like that, but fuck that, man. All right. Breezy JJ, she know go blue. All right. Western Michigan, the Broncos. All right. Kalamazoo, I love you. It's no problem. It's all good.
Wrong.
What I'm saying, don't interrupt, dog. What I'm talking about right now is Michigan football, homie.
I'm gonna have a sip. Go ahead, bro.
Hey man, go ahead, man. Okay. Cade McNamara. I think that's his name. The quarterback from Michigan. All right. Let's go, baby. It's time to play, man. Let's go. All right. Big Ten football, not the season, but for Michigan starts tomorrow. Okay. Let's go. All right. This is the one. I don't fuck with the NFL anymore. Okay. I'm not into your boxings or your UFCs. All right, I follow the Pistons.
I know that.
I don't follow the NBA. I follow the Pistons. If the Red Wings are doing well, I will fuck with them. I check in on the Tigers. But the one thing I am dedicated to every annual athletic season is Michigan football and basketball, but we're not at basketball yet. But Michigan football is my number one sports shit on this planet.
Stop it.
Don't interrupt. Don't interrupt.
Okay.
This is real shit
you
right
said
here.
Basketball was. You said basketball before was.
No. Michigan football is my number one shit. It's just that Michigan is a basketball school now. Okay. The basketball team is better right now. But the football team tomorrow will begin its ascent. Its ascent towards greatness once again. Hail to the victors. 9 a.m., 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
I gotta come
ESPN.
You know what?
Michigan is hosting.
Pedro, stop it.
Yeah, last year was shit. It was a cutoff season. We were 2-4. We had 3 games.
Pedro, you said that Michigan basketball was your number one, and now you're saying Michigan football. No. Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
No.
I said
Michigan is a basketball school now because the football team hasn't been, it's been some tough times, man. They've higher academic standards. But tomorrow begins a quest, a Legend of Zelda type journey. This will be the Link season towards our ascension towards greatness again. I applied to 2 schools. This was the first of them.
Okay.
I did not attend, but my heart is always with you.
You know
Go
what?
blue.
People in the feed.
I get to watch football again.
Okay, I hope that he's right. I hope his team does great. But I'm telling you for a fact, when it was basketball, Pedro was all over that shit. And you said basketball was your favorite. And then today you're saying football is your favorite.
No. I will always contend that Michigan football is my number one thing that hooked me into their athletics.
So you're not.
But I also was a freshman in high school in Detroit when the Fab Five came on the scene as freshmen in college.
Okay,
so it was like. So I'm just saying I've seen Michigan be great at both, and I've seen Michigan actually win the title before that with Glenn Rice and Ramil Robinson.
Okay.
That whole squad.
Look what JRA NYC said, from Flint's dirty water to college football. What a transition. Hey, man, we're multifaceted.
That's what we do. We do a lot of shit here. I'm focusing on AJ Fit right now. And when I get 4 more arms, we going to fight over this one. You have to do Michigan College because the Lions suck. Should be Cubs.
Oh, shit. Oh, he just coming out. Oh, AJ Fit don't give a fuck.
And here's the thing: when people talk shit about the Lions, you're right, but we could still tussle over this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you ain't gonna talk about my suck ass squad, even though I don't even watch the league no more like that. But yeah, you're right. I would rather always watch Michigan football over
I'm just
the
telling
Lions my whole
Okay,
life.
and I agree with.
That's why it's more important to me.
Mr. Humphrey is right. The Fab Five was legendary. The
All day.
documentary is actually one of the best documentaries I've ever seen.
The best.
No, it is. I mean, I
On the
recommend
ESPN 3030.
Yes,
the
it's
best.
a great,
The best are the Fab Five and the Bad Boys.
Right, you got to watch the
everything.
documentary. But I'm not. The reason I'm not a fan of Michigan football is I still feel like it took the college football too long to pay these athletes and give them their just due, and that makes me not like college football.
But Michigan is one of the least.
No, but they didn't. They should have paid these.
They're one of the least egregious schools.
But I said they should have paid these kids in college football because they were making millions off of their
college sports, man. Yeah,
college sports in general. I don't like them because I think that they should have paid these kids. Fuck that. Period. The end. But that's my thing. But I still support Pedro. I just thought basketball was his thing, and now I know clearly football is number one, and he's ready to go. The hat is crispy. I'm just gonna give it to you. You got a crispy ass hat, and that's a real hat. That's not the knockoff one, is it?
No. This my mother gave me this when she was on staff. This is an Adidas.
So that's the real.
This is an old school one. This is when they were sponsored by Adidas, and now
so that's the crispy one.
Now the Michigan Athletic Department is sponsored by the Jordan brand. So even the football team has the Jordan logo in the middle of their football uniform.
But I'm wishing him the best tomorrow. If you're into that, watch that. I'm
gonna. You know what? I'm gonna do some Facebook Live. I'm gonna do some Instagram Live tomorrow during the Michigan game, just so y'all can get the vibe of how I do minds.
I'm gonna comment on it and wish you the best on that. Savage AF. He had to get the Savage hat on because the hat is Savage. I gotta admit,
I had to run to get my shit. I was like, "Oh fuck, I forgot to bring."
But keep it real. The hat's crispy, and mine is literally not even a minute because we got to get out of here.
Let's go.
It's basically how I feel about, like I always feel about racism, and I'm going to give props to who initiated this, which was Bill Bellamy, and he made me think about it because I had a situation like that. So let's go. Hey, I just wanted to say, one, go blue. And I'm saying that because that's my man's over there. I'm going to give him props on that because I'm not a big college football fan anymore because of some shit, my own personal shit. But I wish a motherfucker would is in the vein of motherfucker say what? Because I want people to know it's a different situation now with black folks pertaining to how they openly are racist towards us, because now we will throw hands a little bit more than you think we will. I got to compound it. I got to give it to Bill Bellamy, this because Bill Bellamy is what sparked this flame. I've noticed none of these redneck right-wing motherfuckers ever start that rah-rah shit in the black neighborhood. I never see them in the hood. They always get the softest black person they can find and they fuck with them and they taunt them and they do that. I never see them go after some hard knock-ass medieval ass niggas that will absolutely break you off something proper. You never do that to motherfuckers like that. You always go after our women, you go after our teenagers, but you never go after full-grown men that will give you that business, that will give you that smoke, that will scuff up the back of your jersey, bitches. You never do that. You always do that in that neighborhood, but I never see you come in the middle of motherfucking the hardest place in Detroit and do that shit. I never seen you come into the hardest places that exist out there when it comes to a majority black or majority Latino. I don't see you in the middle of that shit talking that Confederate flag and we're Americans and come on, who wants some? Come get some. Because niggas now will give you that smoke. And there's a lot where I've seen a lot of videos, and you can look them up, where me and Godfrey was just talking about the shit, where there are black people that'll give you that smoke. You wanted it, you got it. And it ain't, you want it, you got it, Toyota. You want it, you got it. It's Jamal. you will get pieced up. So I'm just saying it's a different world. And the reason that you so pussy, and I'm not gonna say pussy, I'm gonna say you so soft yogurty ass.
Yogurty, yeah.
Because you never, ever admit that that's why you do it. You do it. You're not that hard.
But they don't realize it, yeah.
Because a real motherfucker would accept that the demographic in the world is changing, adjust to it, and try to make the best of it. That's a real motherfucker. But you are so busy trying to make America great again and take us back into a time where we weren't, like motherfucking, trying to restrict us from voting and trying to not move women's rights forward. You're so busy going backwards, you're not realizing we're in the present. You don't want to go forward. So use bitch. And that's why sometimes if you go on these videos where you fuck with the wrong dude, like the little white dude that spit on the dude at the subway, and he opened that motherfucking subway door, came out and gave him all the business, gave him all 5 on both sides.
That was great. Yeah,
it's that time now where I wish a motherfucker would.
Yes, sir.
That's it. That's my shit today.
I mean, I think we all got a little frustrations we want to exercise. Garbage truck just pulled up, so right on time. just in perfect time to end the show.
Yep.
I don't know if you got hear it in the background there, but yeah, man.
I know that's the timing with that shit always happens.
Yeah. But I totally am in that space with you, brother. That's why, I'm trying to stay zen out here. I'm gonna watch me a little football tomorrow.
And enjoy yourself.
Drink some beer for breakfast.
Go Blue. We're gonna be doing some live shows. We're gonna let you know when it comes up. You're going to look out for Pedro's going to be taping some shit coming up. And I want y'all to make sure when it comes out, I want you to support it. You guys are fantastic. Thank you for coming to the live show. And we will see you Monday, actually 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then after that, we'll be doing 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Thank you so much for supporting us. Please tell your friends about that. Please tell your friends, because we appreciate the support of 2 motherfuckers trying to keep it real savage and not average. We appreciate it.
That's what it is, y'all.
All right, you got the button, bro?
Yeah, man, I got it. We'll see y'all Monday. Have a good weekend.
Monday.
Stay safe, stay savage, keep your
Vegas. 3 more shows.
Out your nose. Yeah, Shang is at the Laugh Factory, Tropicana, right now. You got 3 more. Get there, y'all. Let's go. All right, y'all. We out.